Boys, let's be honest. If you clicked on this video, you are not confident. But by the end of this video, you will know exactly what is stopping you from being a confident man. So I'm not going to dilly-dally, let's get straight into it with poor habits. I preach self-improvement, so the whole concept of good, bad habits and working on yourself. Poor habits, such as porn, junk food, spending all your time inside, not socializing, all of those things which negatively impact your health, mentally and physically, are obviously going to ruin you. If we look at even caveman ancestors, because the human brain has really not evolved that much, they spent almost all their time outside, surrounded by tribes, and they always had one thing to do every single day. So if we look at our modern life, where we have technology, scrolling, dopamine vices, porn especially, we are surrounded by these habits that we've never had to deal with before. And that's exactly what being not confident is. It's not feeling like you belong. It's not being a part of something. So put simply, get onto the good habits of self-improvement, journaling, meditation, working out especially, fighting as well, sunlight exposure, all these things which we've had for a really long time. They work. They genuinely work really well. Me about 3 years ago could never hope to sit in front of a camera because I had no confidence. All it took was a few years of these basic little things and it was better. I could sit down and do this. And it all began with changing the habits. So poor habits is one of the biggest detriments to that. Next we have no practice. So this is not practicing talking to anyone. Right, so this is not as major as 1 and 3, but it's still definitely impactful. If you do not talk to anyone, how are you going to be confident? Short answer, you will not. You can make the argument that, some people can do it, but outliers do not make the rule, outliers are outliers of the rule. We are not outliers, we are firmly in the rule, so this does not apply to outliers, this applies to us. We need to practice. We need to really hone our skills. I can feel the difference. I haven't talked to anyone that intimately or that consistently for about 6 weeks because I've just been on school holidays. My social skills have been in the gutter and it took a good few days to get even slightly better at it. I'm at the same level as I was before, probably even higher because I don't care what people think anymore. It's last year of school, come on. But practice is one of the major things. So if you don't practice your skills, how are you going to be good at talking? It's just like working out, it's just like running, it's just like this or that. Practice makes you better at something. So just practice talking to people. And we're up to the last thing, self-value. Now this does stem a lot from the other two, but your own determined value and perception of yourself will entirely depend if you are confident or not. Out of all the things here, this will determine if you are confident or not. You can have amazing habits, you can be practicing 24/7, but if you do not have any good look of yourself, you will not be confident. Now, self-value stems from your testosterone levels. Low testosterone, you feel less confident. This is not bro science, by the way. I am living testimony of this. I know the difference. It's also the way you carry yourself, your posture, all these little things, they branch into your self-value. So, your lower self-value, if you're on this little hierarchy, if you're lower down, less confident, because why would you be more confident? You know your place. Your brain knows where you are in the hierarchy. It knows if you're high or low. You can kid yourself and say we're all equal, but some of us are more equal than others. That is something you need to take away. Once you learn that rule, it changes everything. You need to identify where you are in this actual social hierarchy, not where you think you are, where you really are. Your brain knows, you just gotta listen to it. Find your value, work up. Simple. Just take the time to work up on your value, which you do with self-improvement, and you do by practicing talking to people. That does conclude it, and those are the 3 things holding back your confidence. Nothing else to say, and I'll see you in the next one.